Hello everybody, welcome back to part 3 of our Magadan playthrough led by Matkovsky, and in this episode, hopefully we'll get to unite all of Russia and maybe even take back our rightful lands that the Germans own. And, well, we have a new focus tree in our super regional state, and while we could do the main part first, we want to do some of our more fun things, as you can see. So let's do Into the Atomic Age. Also, we can now exert our influence over Kazakhstan, and when we do that, we can either do this diplomatically or we can just do a military intervention. And I don't think anybody has actually unironically chose the diplomatic option. So an invasion we go. Let's start a military intervention in Kazakhstan. Alright, with this focus finished, we now unlock a set of decisions to invest into our nuclear project. Alright, we have declared war on the Kazakh Soviet Socialist Republic, and we're just going to push straight in because they have no divisions. Yep, they've only got 6 divisions. Alright, this will be an easy victory. What the... What? Wait, hello? They peacefully unified? Oh my. Okay, hello? I took most of the victory points. Why did you get to take... No, why, Yeltsin, why? Now it's time for the true focus tree, and let's just start with the Voss marches on. Siberia has finally been unified under the banner of Voss Mikhail Matkovsky. He turned his attention to the list, sheets upon sheets of names. At the top of the list was his enemy, Nikolai Pitlin. The name was crossed out, but in truth Matkovsky did not know where he went. Still, it was preferable to keep his absence in a more permanent state. Nikolai Pitlin was dead. "Hey," Matkovsky said to a lanky, blonde aide, "turn that gramophone on." The roar of music and the howl of the winds masked the gunshots out in the Siberian wilds. Voss's work never ceases. Now, we can now choose with us or against us, or sensible concessions, and these are to do with the trade with the US. And, well, they have rejected us before, but I think I'm going to go with sensible concessions. Our GDP growth increases slightly. It's better than our liquid currency reserve being increased by a small amount, so... The Siberian bill was one of Pitlin's better ideas, a new foundation for a great and powerful Russia to be built on. A few alterations to the bill and it will become a powerful statement, both to our own citizens and to observers across the Pacific. Get event fair elections. Now, why do I have a feeling that it's not going to be a fair election? You will get 1 vote and 1 man to vote for. Oh, that's just terrific. It's like what's happening in Russia right now. Fair elections. There were 3 names on the ballot list for the Tomsk 12 constituency. When the votes were tallied at the end of the day, the result was unsurprising. 95% voted for the RNLP candidates. The rest going to the independent. 95%. Yes, totally believable. Without political cause, there can be no political resistance. Keeping protesters off the street is for their own good, and preventing them from saying hurtful things is just good parenting. Sure, our efforts to a perfect democracy have evidently paid off. The voting turnout has been impressively high in almost every district, with areas of low voting corresponding closely to areas of large non-Russian populations. The Russian National Labour Party has obtained an overwhelming majority in every district, due largely to there being no other available candidates. In the interest of national security, doors are kicked down, homes are raided, hundreds are arrested, and traitors are shot. In the name of national security, there can be no margin of error. The Voss cannot afford to let this young republic, this great hope for Russia, fall to seditious villainy from the dark corners of the East and West. We will take no chances. Wiretapping. Oh, wow. Alright, now the waiting game starts. We have until, I believe, 1971. So we have a few months to prepare. I think our army is more than capable of taking down the AIs, even though they have more divisions than us. Volunteer work. If one cannot serve in a political arena, maybe one can perhaps serve as a laborer. Okay, I'm really wishing that the wheel could have only gone with Peatlin's path, because this is just depressing. Alright, we can now prepare for the Unification War, and like every time we invade someone, I'm gonna speed up the video. The rise of the Russian National Republic. The so-called Voss takes great pains to distinguish himself from the dogmatists in Germania, a self-proclaimed developmental authoritarian and a rare moderate in the land of zealots. At least, this is how he presents himself. Mayakovsky's pragmatism has earned him some popularity overseas, particularly in Washington. Many experts are more skeptical, arguing that it is only a matter of time before the new Voss reveals his true colors. Glory to the one true Voss.
И усталости, ни страха, бьются Божьи, бьется день, только серая бабаха, нитка сбита на ветре, только серая бабаха, нитка сбита на
Russian reunification. Power comes all by itself to the strong man. We will accept our freedom and our laws from the Russian patriot who leads Russia to salvation. Ivan Lane. The Wheel to Power. Technically, this is where the game ends. However, with the Second West Russian Revolutionary War, we can invade the Reich and intervene in Central Asia, invade Finland, and negotiate for Vladivostok. And I will actually do all of these. Alright, we will begin with the Vladivostok negotiations. Let's go. Japan agrees to return Birobidzhan. we could just stop right here, or we can push for more territory. You know what? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna risk it. In exchange for handling over the territory, they have asked they maintain the resource rights in Outer Manchuria. Sure, this is acceptable. I am afraid that you are afflicted with cancer, sir. For a moment, Rakovsky sat still. He could not believe what he had traveled through the doctor's lips. Cancer? Him? Lies! Lies! He stood up, calmly, wine glass in hand. Rakovsky jerked his arm back and forward again, catapulting the glass into the doctor's suit, splattering him in red. He wanted to shout, to scream, but he had to be calm. Guards! Guards! Take this man away from me! Boots trampled into the room. Volunteer him for the Desolate work. Make sure he is thoroughly educated. Understand? Dismissed. They carried the doctor out, and sobbing trailed after their departure. There is nothing wrong with the boss. Nothing wrong at all. Now, about Vladivostok. Alright, while we're waiting for the Vladivostok negotiations, we are just going to invade Finland and Central Asia. In exchange for the return of Vladivostok, the Japanese are asking for access to the Siberian oil reserves. As long as I get Vladivostok back, I don't really care. The Treaty of Beijing. A victory for the Russian National Republic. And we get all of our old territory back, I presume. Yep, there we go, looking nice. Now can we core them? Yes, we can integrate all of them. That's really nice. Alright, we have now finished off Central Asia and took back our rightful land from Finland. So all that's left now is to invade the Reich. However, there is a big problem. Their air force is bigger than ours, and they have way more divisions than us, and their tech is probably way superior. So I'm probably gonna have to prepare for like a year or a few months. So until then, I will just wait. Alright, it is now October 4th, 1973, and we've procured a pretty big army at 160 divisions with 20 special helicopter divisions with outdated helicopters, but I don't really care as long as they move at 45 kilometers per hour. Yeah, so our objective is to take back all of our rightful Russian lands that the Germans stole from us during the Second World War, and to take them back, we need to take St. Petersburg, Moscow, Minsk, Riga, Kiev, Sevastopol, and take back all of Caucasia. So we'll just do a full-on frontal assault with our army because they currently have nothing at our border. Oh, I also forgot to tell you guys that we're also basically done with our nuclear project, which is very nice. So with this, yeah, we can now get a single weapon. Even though our weapon manufacturing is at 0%, I don't really understand that. But you know what? That's enough waiting. I think it's time to start the Second West Russian War. Alright, we can now demand complete German surrender. And we can do this since we have denied their Caucasian peace deal, and we own Moscow, Petrograd, Volgograd, Riga, Kiev, and Krasnodar over here, or whatever that is. I'm sorry, I don't speak Russians. But yeah, we can now demand complete German surrender. Now, I actually don't know what will happen if they reject this. The Treaty of Riga, our staggering advance into the lands of the Reich has stunned the globe, the Germans especially. The Germans have approached our government with an offer. To avoid nuclear war, the Germans are prepared to accept our Eastern Europe claims on the condition that Germany proper would be left untouched by the treaty. Tell Germania that we accept. Okay, we've gotten basically everything except for these Romanian provinces. And of course, these integrated lands of the Reich. But we have won the Second West Russian War. And yeah, we are... So the Russian National Republic looking really thick right now. We've taken back Western Russia, Central Asia, and Vladivostok. So yeah, things are looking up for us. Is there a big super event after this? Yep, there is. To many, the outbreak of the Second West Russian War was a futile effort by the new Russian government, a campaign that was destined for failure from the moment the war has been declared. Yet the world watches on in shock as a spokesman speaking on behalf of the Führer has announced that in the interest of saving the right from nuclear annihilation, the German government has decided to cede their eastern frontier to the rising Russian state. Years of humiliation finally over. And that's the end of our playthrough for the Russian National Republic led by Mikhail Metkovsky. Overall, it's a pretty decent campaign, I'd say. This is certainly one of the more the less played Russian warlord, I assume, because everybody's talking about Sablin or Omsk or Zhukov, and yeah, I think it's nice. This is certainly a very pragmatic Russia, and with a leader diagnosed with cancer. He's very pro-America, so I'm pretty sure this road is just gonna be it's just OFN against a very big co-prosperity, surprisingly. Overall, what do I think of Metkovsky? Well, he's like any other fascist dictators. He's basically putting on a mask saying that, oh, I'm just a normal despot that is pro-American, when he's actually pretty much a normal fascist with the mask of fake democracy, basically. And it's quite depressing once you get to the end, especially these super regional events, like that details how life actually is in this Russia. But anyways, that's about it. I hope you guys have enjoyed the series. If you have, please like and subscribe, and comment down if you have any more suggestions in the future. That's all I have to say. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.